Duran Premium Cigars, one of the fastest-growing boutique cigar companies, provides smokers a portal into the old Cuban tradition of the perfect balance and the lost art of progressive flavor construction. Roberto Pelayo Duran began his career in tobacco over 2 decades ago in Havana, where his reputation grew within Cuban circles. The creation of Duran Premium Cigars has given Roberto the platform to introduce a series of cigars that offer the quality and construction that he perfected while in Cuba. Brands include the ultra-premium Roberto P. Duran signature line, Azan, Nea, and Baracoa. Duran uses a seed-to-humidor approach, as all of their tobacco is grown in their farms and rolled in their factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Rollers have been carefully chosen to carry out Roberto's precise method to ensure progressive flavor in each cigar. Duran Premium Cigars invites you to make their premium your standard.
Welcome back to the Stogie Geeks Show. I am your host this week, Joe Hozempa. We are in studio with Joe D. How's everything going?
Great, man. Great
if you're just tuning in and you missed the last episode, check it out, StogieGeeks.com. It'll be up also on social. Episode 239. Is that what it is? I like it.
Yep.
All right. We're just having some little housekeeping dialogue going on humidor cleaning from a retail perspective, IPCPR 2017, some kind of thoughts and feedback on the industry.
Listener feedback.
And any listener feedback, you can email me at joeh@StogieGeeks.com. Next week, we're going to teach Joe D how to use his Stogie Geeks email that has been up for 4 months now. And then we'll be able to give that out, too. So you can ask both of us questions. It was great to do a show live and get instantaneous feedback from there. So exciting about some of that feature. We're going to be improving that feature in the past and making it a little bit more interactive. So stay tuned for that. But right now we have the Stogies of the Week section. Here, during the last segment, we talked about the Tatuaje 7th Capa Especial. If you want our ratings on that, you got to go back and tune into that episode. And we definitely gave our thoughts and feedback on that stick. Besides that, what else have you been smoking, Joe?
Well, currently we're smoking the Polgamarian 25th, which is a true gem, rated Paul's Humidor, and absolutely love this stick. It's nice to get back into it. Recently I smoked the Avo limited edition 09 Compañero. One of my best buddies, Avo Freak. I've spoken about him a few times. He had a perfect soiree, cigar dinner soiree at his house, live crooner singing all the old classics, and he chipped me off one of these cigars, which I had yet to try. Ecuadorian sun-grown Cuban seed wrapper, Dominican binder, Criollo Ligero, Piloto, Cubano Ligero, San Vicente Ligero, and Peruvian Seco in the filler. Absolute oasis stick. Stopped me in my tracks. 6.5 by 54 Toro, and this thing was absolutely amazing. I loved it, man. Wood, hay, little slight pepper in there, and you can taste the age. Medium to full, but for me, with this amount of time that has lapsed, it was just a perfect medium smoke. Mm-hmm. Tamed it down just a little bit. Coop back in 2013 gave it a nice to have. I got to disagree. I love Coop, but I think he's dead wrong on this one. Just my take. This thing is phenomenal. And similar to the Heritage that was released in 2010, however, the fillers have changed. And just an all-around win. Flavorful, medium, euphoric state. Beautiful.
Can you state the cigar again? Remember our new format?
Oh, right. Yavo Limited Edition 2009 Compañero.
Nice.
Phenomenal. Yep.
Yeah, thank you. That's part of listener feedback.
There it is, right? Man. Give
it to them. They say when we give the rating, and we've talked all about the cigar, they have to go back and trying to make it easy for the listeners here. Right?
I'd like to air out my regular email, CSKA76X@yahoo.com.
Oh, yeah, right. There you go. Why don't you just email joe@stogigeeks.com and say, forward this to Joe D.
I want some of that feedback.
CASKAY at Yahoo Mail
CSKA76X. Do it. Let's go.
At yahoo.com.
Absolutely. What do you got, Joe?
There you go. If you have smoked that cigar, want to give Joe D any feedback, there you go. I'm into making it easy for the listeners. So joe@stogigeeks.com, say forward this to Joe D. There you go. Not that I'm a control freak, I promise.
No, not at all. No.
No, you gotta make it easy for them, right? You gotta make it easy for them, or else they're nice enough to listen. We should be nice enough to oblige by some of the requests if we can do it.
Fair enough.
If we can do it, I had smoked. You had mentioned this on the last segment, but I had smoked a Black Label trading company Last Rights Robusto. And I had the Robusto. The Robusto size is 5x54 there. The cigar is interesting. The blend profile. Well, first of all, the blend profile is Ecuadorian, Habano, Maduro. That's your wrapper. Your binder is Honduran, and your filler is Honduran, Nicaraguan. I like the Honduran, Nicaraguan combination there. Because it doesn't, in my opinion, on the palate, doesn't have a lot of bite on it, but it's just got just enough bite with a little bit of subtlety.
Okay.
So if you're looking for a Maduro, if you're new to Maduros, be a good stick for you to try. But Black Label has been around for a couple of years now. This cigar, the Last Rights, comes in a Robusto, and it also comes in a Robusto box press, Grand Toro, and a Grand Toro box press. I'm talking about the Black Label Last Rights there. Ratings-wise, I had it when it first came out. Had a lot of hype. I think from their first original series, that was one of my go-tos there. So when I came across it again, I rekindled myself with the brand there. I had smoked some of their newer stuff that had come out on IPCPR. I'm not prepared to talk about it because I kind of had it on the fly.
Yep.
I had one on the golf course, and then I had one about a half hour before I ended up doing my radio show. So it was one of those things where, I took the wrapper, bought some more, and I'll probably have it next week in regards to there. But in that mix, I got into the Last Rights, and it's a good smoke. I'd give it a 5.
Okay.
I'd give it a 5. You should at least, if they're around, try them and check them out. I said, I personally love the Honduran Nicaraguan mix when it comes to the filler. It just subtles it out. I think it mellows it out, especially when you have a Maduro wrapper. But sometimes it gets too dark, which will lead me to my next smoke after you do your smoke. So
we'll keep it on the Black Label trading company spin-off, Blackworks Studio, under that same umbrella. The Horseshack. It was interesting little stick, Petite Lancero, 5x38, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler, $4.50 price point, box of 50, and this thing was incredible. Give it a box worthy. Cedar and sweetness, released in 2015, and good medium plus stick. The scoop behind the naming of the Horseshack test, on the label, it's got some ink blot artwork on there, but it was a good stick, and I'm can't wait to hit it again. Mm-hmm. Very
good stick, as in, well, how'd you rate it?
I gave it a box worthy.
You gave it a box worthy?
So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, the Petite Lancero just plays for me.
Mm-hmm.
Tasty.
Mm-hmm. And what was it again?
It was Blackworks Studios Horseshack.
Where'd you get that? Locally?
Vintage.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just there, and I did not have a chance to.
Horseshack now with an H. RORS SCHAG. No, ACH. So a little bit of wordplay there.
And back and forth. Is that new?
2015.
It's new to them.
New to them, new to me.
No, it's new to them. Gotcha. Okay.
First time I've seen it.
Yeah, because I haven't seen.
They've got quite a display of the Black Label stuff, and I'm excited to march through it and see what.
Yeah, it's an interesting blend. It's an interesting blend. There's actually a local cigar shop that used Black Label to produce their house stick.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's a local cigar shop in Rhode Island that had used the Black Label Factory to produce their house stick, and it came out. It's funny because I just had this conversation Friday night with them. It came out 2 years ago, and
Not Churchill.
I came out 2 years ago. Yeah, it's
La Prave, okay.
yeah, it's called the La Prave, and it's
Good
funny,
sticks.
and you know, after having Jose Cala and his uncle Luis, right,
Yep.
on the show, amazing episode. Was that 238?
238.
Amazing episode, Stogie Geeks. Like I tell people, like grab a pen and watch this.
Absolutely.
Because what I did was I heeded some advice from him. And he says, they got to rest. They got to rest. He talks about rest with cigars. And so I started thinking, it's been probably about a year and a half since I've had one of these La Praves that are still sitting here.
Yep.
And I knew Black Label had started it. I was actually part of their feedback team, I guess,
Right.
crew, whatever,
Yep.
to give feedback as to what the final blend was going to be like and whatnot. And let me tell you something, man. Like, Luis is correct. Like, I even went up to Brian and said, "Do you have this lately of yours?" He's like, "No." I'm like, night and day. And what happened? Age.
There it is.
Age. And it's amazing because there's a bunch of stuff that I have smoked that was new and dismissed. And there was a bunch of stuff that I had smoked that was new and dismissed or accepted as super awesome peppery smoke. I love it. And his definition is it's probably new and needs to relax and rest. You know what I mean? And it was just an amazing
Time to come on back. Check it out.
It's amazing. And that was one of the blends that I can do because, I have some of the originals, and then they're working on a new stick that will not be in Black Label Factory.
Right.
So I know that what's there is there, and what's there has been there for a year and a half on top of whatever. So it's been there for 2 years that I know
box
of.
that I've been sitting on for 6 months.
For the problem, dude, it's night and day. Like it's. Did you ever have one
I've had probably 30.
of them?
I've gone through maybe
They're good.
maybe 3 to 5 boxes of each of them. Yeah, I'm more partial to the Maduro. They are good.
Yeah, they are good. Like they are
Perfect timetable smoke too.
Yeah. Right. The wrapper is a little
We
thinner.
still have some, so get them before they're totally gone.
Yeah, they're gonna be. He's gonna blow them out and
Churchill's in East Providence.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I had the Hoya Black Double Robusto, which is 5x56, and then I also had the Robusto, which is 5 1/4 by 50. There. Interesting. This cigar debuted IPCPR. You talk about hype and there. Debuted in IPCPR in 2014. Features a Mexican San Andreas Maduro wrapper. So you have the San Andreas Maduro wrapper, Nicaraguan filler and binder. The availability. As far as size, you have the Robusto, you have the Nocturno, you have the double Robusto, and then you have the Toro. Again, I had the Robusto and I had the double Robusto in regards to size. It's dark, it's oily. You get massive pepper, massive full strength. Did you have it?
Yeah, I reviewed it, I think 2 shows ago.
Full strength cigar. Yep. I lit it. When I first lit it up, I was like, oh boy, this is really, really strong.
If we had a cheeseburger or a steak on board.
This is just, it was, and then I try to let it wait and let it settle down.
Yep.
And to me, on my palate, it was full. And it didn't settle down. So how sometimes we talk about cigars that Paul always mentions. It doesn't know where the cigar is going to go. You know what I mean? So, but it was full, and in my opinion, it didn't know where it wanted to go.
Yep.
I know where I wanted it to go, And it just I don't know, and I don't think it was age. I don't think it was anything from our previous interview. I just think that's just the type of cigar it was. I do like strong stuff, however, I just was not excited.
What do you have for a rating on that?
I wouldn't even give it a try one.
I gave it a very generous 5, which probably could have toggled between the try one and 5 rating.
Yeah, I mean it's
conversely, the Hoya Red, the sister stick, I do enjoy that a little bit more. So that's more my wheelhouse.
And it's funny because I wonder if it was that day, but I really I usually like stronger stuff.
Yeah, it must have been the summer solstice or something going on.
No, I like stronger stuff, and it was not enjoyable strong. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's not like, if you were to grab a Tatuaje Avion, right?
Yep.
You have strong, right? Strong, right?
Yep.
In the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Box press, it's good. It's got a pepper blast. It's awesome. And then it kind of fades. This didn't fade. It was still strong. And it didn't know where it wanted to go. Did you get that? Like, it didn't know where it wanted to go, but it didn't know where it was going, and it was strong.
I was excited for it, and let me down a little bit. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of it. You got to try them all.
Yeah. So I would barely give it a try one. If your friend has one, knocking around, ask him for it. But I wouldn't go out and seek that stick over there. Just to recourse, that was the Hoya Black Robusto.
Yep. Next, my first attempt at the Crux line, the Nymphomaniac Natural. Nicaraguan sun-grown wrapper, Indonesian binder, Nicaraguan filler. Had the 7x33 Lancero, $5.50 price point for a box of 30, and they also have the dark available. Gave this thing a box worthy all day. Tangy wood, a little bit of pepper, very creamy, and burned a little bit quick. Got like a 45-minute smoke out of it, but I'm partial to the Lanceros, and this thing was right. One of your suggestions. So thank you for that, man. That thing was awesome. Very enjoyable.
Yeah. The Nymphomaniac came out with his original stuff when Crux debuted, and it was the Passport, Bull and Bear.
Yep.
Oh boy, there's 2 other ones. I'm going off the top of my head. Passport, Bull and Bear. There was 5 total. Nymphomaniac was the last one in there. Passport, Bull and Bear. There's Skeets.
Right,
Skeeters. The Skeeters, little ones, which I think awesome marketing.
Absolutely.
Calling it the Skeeters, right? It's a little petite cigar. And then there was one more. Bull and Bear, Passport. Darn it.
This particular shop, Old Firehouse,
right.
Just they've got a tremendous assortment of this Crux line. They seemingly have them all. So I plan on marching through a lot of them.
Yeah, and then he had then he had like a year of going out and touring and all of that. He's been to shops. I actually had a chance to meet him over at Churchill Smoke Shop and Lounge, who carried his line at the time.
Okay.
When it came in and whatnot, and it did well. It did very well when it came in. What I like about the Crux line too, when you talk about like box, there is in the box they have an option there for 5-packs too. So you could get like a box, and it could be 20.
Right.
And they would sell them in the 5-packs too.
Okay.
And the Skeeter's always available in 5-packs as is, because they're kind of small, but they're good. The Skeeters are pretty good too. Little knock around sticks. If you're walking your dog or whatever, or if you want to use it for its marketing to keep Skeeters away. But I think like I said, it's amazing because he has his own shop, the owner, and then he came out with that line as well. I'm having a brain fart as to what the fifth one is. So
he's got quite a few on the line.
So I got an 81 on the test. What are you gonna do, right? But yeah, it's a good. They were all good, and they all did very well. And then there was, like I said, there was a year off, and then now he came out with the new series, which is still available at Old Firehouse. And again, Old Firehouse does very well with them. He pops in and he gets in.
Again, for anybody that's in the area, 85% of his inventory I have not seen in any or most of the shops here in Rhode Island. So
So
we're the peak.
Also, if you ever need recommendations for that shop, you can email me. I'll forward the information to you. He does ship as well. Most of these shops start to ship now, which I think is great. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, 5 months ago, do you ship? No. Why not? Well, your customer exists outside of your town. It's just a whole thing called the interweb. It's cool.
Untapped resource.
And you had the Nymphomaniac. And then he came out with another Lancero on that newest series. I didn't have that yet. I might have to rekindle myself with the Bland. But I think that's out of the original year one when they released, I think that was one of the better ones.
I'll see you up there this week. Let's have at it.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Sounds good. I had the Kubo. I had an oldie, supposedly. I had a Kubo Connecticut Robusto, 6x50, wrapper Ecuadorian Connecticut, binder Nicaraguan Habano, along with the Fuller. This Kubo, man, this thing was released. Kubo was a boutique cigar that started in 2011. And they basically they just wanted to make a stick that was as close to profiled of a Cuban and trying to replicate the smoothness of a Cuban and not in regards to that taste. And they're made in Esteli, Nicaragua. They come in boxes of 20. They're not super expensive there. And
I've never seen these in shops.
No, this is one of those sticks that's popular on the West Coast that I was talking about in the previous episode. That, again, this is why it's positive to have an IPCPR. Some Rhode Island and Massachusetts cigar shop owners that I know that went to IPCPR actually met this guy and actually had never even heard of them, right?
Yep.
And they tried them, and they're like, something? They're good. They're good. Connecticut, a little bit stronger than a Connecticut. Yep. They're not super strong. They're not super expensive. And again, the positive spin of that IPCPR show is now, you have East Coast.
Well, East Coast exposure, yeah.
Getting there, and you're gonna start to see them in a couple of shops over there. And I gave them a $5. You know what I mean? I might do a box split if you know a cigar shop owner who is aggressive, and you box split with a friend. They're good knockaround cigars. They are called Kubo Connecticut's.
Right. Nice. My next one, gifted by a friend, Psycho 7 Maduro. My first Psycho stick here. Mexican San Andreas wrapper, Ecuadorian hybrid binder, Nicaraguan, Peruvian, Honduran, and USA Pennsylvania filler. $7 price point, 6 1/4 by 48. The Toro I had. Spice, wood, little nuttiness. Solid smoke. It ramps up really at the end. I ended up giving it a $5. The Ventura Cigar Company. Listed as a medium to full. And didn't move the needle tremendously, but it was good for what it was. One of those in that $5 range. Mm-hmm. Enjoyable at the time, and come back and hit it again here from time from time.
Mm-hmm. I've had it. I'd rate it a little bit lower.
Okay, that might have been that $5 rating might have been a little generous.
It's thin. I don't know. I mean, it's the smoke is thin. Like there's smoke thin on your palate.
Yep.
Aftertaste is not exciting in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Feel it ramped up a little bit at the end.
It ramped up a little bit at the end.
But not in a positive way.
Not in a positive way. It was just it was all right. Mm-hmm. That was my that's my take. But they retail. I could put 3 retail shop owners in here and tell you they sell.
They sell.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
so I mean, which is better? I could turn around and say
just a couple of Joes and joint sticks.
Psycho,
but they move.
Psycho, you like it? Yeah, they move. I hate them, but they move. Okay, moving on. Right? You know what I mean? So I mean, it's consumer driven. They have some creative marketing behind them, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think they would, my opinion, marketing. This is just my opinion. So again, the views expressed in this opinion isn't right. I think they tailor to the beginner smoker.
I believe so too.
You know what I mean? They market they market to the beginner smoker. And again, there's
gotta start somewhere. We're all there.
There's nothing wrong with that. And maybe as years go on, you would give it there, or maybe they might produce something that could be a little bit better.
Yep.
So who knows? You have another one?
I do.
Okay.
The LFD Andalusian Bowl. I call it the Bowl.
Now that was a stick of the year.
It was.
Yes. Okay. So go for it.
The Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper, Dominican binder and filler, $15 price point, box of 10. Smoked the 6.5 by 64 Figurado. Absolutely reach out to this stick. I'm on a hot streak recently. I can't get enough of them. They're awesome.
Really? Because I've had 2 cigar shop owners say, Joe, don't touch it because it needs to rest for you a little bit. Because they know I'll complain about it.
Yeah.
So they
are moving.
But they are moving well. Yeah.
Three particular shops the last week sold. I got the last one.
Mm-hmm.
It was the last one was sitting there, scooped it up. I love it.
Is that a long smoke time-wise? Because it's a big ring gauge,
2 hours plus, yeah.
Do you have the ring gauge on there or no? No?
Yeah, the 6.5 by 64.
Yeah, so it's a 6.5. Yeah, so 6.5 by 64.
2 hours plus all day. All day.
Sure.
The leather and spice, wood notes spoke to me. I happen to enjoy that leather taste there. Big smoke, big flavor, 2 hours plus. And Pablo Picasso's handwriting. I guess he loved painting bowls, and that's where the logo came from.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So a great stick. I really enjoy these.
Yeah, I think it's time for me to try it because they'll be coming out with, I think around November.
Can you smoke a particular cigar too much? Because I'm wondering, just like like all of us, great song. Right. You sit there, you play it out, you listen to it over and over until till you can't stand it. I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this, but I'm just in that wheelhouse and really enjoying it right now.
I have 2 cigar shop owners, right?
You gotta kill it.
No. I have 2 cigar shop owners that when I walk up to the cash register, they take it out of my hand. And they say, I'll put this in the back for you, and it'll be stored. But we don't want you smoking this now. And I say, why? And they say, because you will complain about it.
That's a great shop owner.
Two of them. And both of them don't speak to each other, so it's not like they're in cahoots. So I actually have 2 of them that have been probably aging for 6-7 months now. And that they've came out. Because now in November, they're going to come out with the list. And I'm sure that we're going to review that.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't here in November, but I'm sure, Paul and company goes through the top 25.
That's going to be a fun review process, yeah.
What I like about it, now I did it on my show. When I had a cigar radio show, I did it. And it was funny because about 6 of the 25... I never had.
Okay.
Mom never had. Sometimes 4, but it's no more than 8, right?
Yep.
6, and then they go on a wild goose chase and try to find them. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh wow.
That's pretty close to that. This last one too.
And then out of the 10 of the 25, top 25 over there. So 6 of the 25 I've never had. 10 of the 25, I'm like, how did they make it? Are they out of their mind? And can't wait for that. But Paul's gonna have to have like a disclaimer thing on that because I remember being on the radio saying I can't believe there's no way, like there's no way this is top 10, like absolutely positively not. No way, no how, and again, and listeners.
Some of that lends in the advertising machine and hype.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, hopefully the cigars speak for themselves, and
all the listeners were calling in like, "Well, Joe, you have sponsors." I said, "No, but I know all my sponsors. I interview them. I go through a process. Like when I endorse something, I don't, and then it was just funny. It's like they were going back and forth and they're like, why do you chase these boutiques? Stick with the classics. And then some guy calls up, I get all my cigars from the gas station. And then you're over here wasting your time. You're over here wasting your time with this humidor. Oh, dude, it was
a shame, Bill.
It was a great episode. You know what I mean? Like you never thought that, top 25 cigars would cause mass hysteria on the radio, but yeah, it was good. People getting all amped. So I can only imagine here.
Oh yeah.
Where you're in a podcast format. I'm looking forward to. I hope we get to do.
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
But yeah, I think
the Andalusian Bowl.
Yep.
The cigar mold was found in Belgium. That's where they grabbed that Figurado.
Yeah. How's it? The feel of it? It looks heavy. Is it comfortable?
It's
not like with me. Like I love those feral pigs.
Yeah.
But to smoke them, I'm like
Right.
ginger. You know what I mean?
No, it feels right to me, man.
Okay.
It's a nice solid stick, balanced well. It's just great, man.
So what'd you give it?
I give it a Boxworthy.
Boxworthy.
Yeah.
All day.
All day.
All right. I will have one.
I can't believe you haven't tried it.
No, they won't let me. They won't. And you know something? I take their words for it. They're like you're.
I smoked the last one next door, so we gotta wait till the shipment comes in or grab it somewhere else. But yeah, man, they're good.
Yep. I had the AJ Fernandez New World Puro Special. Did I talk about this one today? I mean, on this segment or the other one? No, it was the other one.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So this is my last one. Okay. I'm making sure. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Right. Yeah. This is the one. It debuted at the 2017 IPCPR. Binder, wrapper, filler, Nicaraguan. Size wise, comes in a Robusto. I had the Robusto 5.5 by 52. Comes in a short Churchill. Comes in a Toro, and the Toro is 6.5 by 52. AJ Fernandez puts this out there. Again, it debuted at the 2017 IPCPR show. I cannot get into this blend.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I had it, and to me I did like where it was going because it had that old tobacco flavor.
Yep.
But just at the end, the finish, that's what drives me nuts about some of the stuff by AJ Fernandez. It's just a finish with my palate. I don't know. And again, I speak to cigar shop owners. They do well.
Oh yeah.
So I am clearly not in the norm.
Right.
When it comes to any type of review from this brand, whatever, because Paul likes them too. Yep. And Paul's actually giving me a few, saying, "Why don't you just try to reset and go and rekindle them?" And I don't know what it is.
I'm partial to AJ Fernandez. I haven't tried this one yet. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, to be available over at Churchill's and Old Firehouse.
Okay.
So yeah, you can check them out there. Great price point. People love them. I mean, if I go into a cigar shop now, it'll be in someone's hand. Mm-hmm. Like you walk around and see it'll be in someone's hand. So clearly they're doing something right. Maybe I'm a little fastidious when it comes to the palate. Maybe I expected that. It's the ending of them. It just doesn't. It kind of for me it leaves me
a little interesting.
It leaves me wanting more. It just leaves me wanting like
Ritmo.
Come
back to it again.
Sure. It just leaves me wanting more, and that's why I'm excited. They have a collaboration piece with Caldwell.
Right.
That had come out too, and speaking of new smokes, and
right.
I'm excited to try that because the Caldwell collaboration with Drew. All Out Kings, I thought was interesting.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It was interesting. If you like Liga, it's in your wheelhouse. If you really really like Liga, stay with Liga.
If I remember correctly, we got a $5 with the All Out Kings.
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I liked it. I think I was a box split, but I certainly a great amount of excitement and anticipation.
Yeah.
With that stick when it came out. We'll see. Maybe over time, maybe 6 months later, we'll see.
Yep. I'm digging the collaboration work. I think it's interesting. I think it's great for the different blends to work with each other, to share the knowledge. I think it only benefits the consumer. You know what I mean? Right. It only gives us, because for those of us who like newer sticks, and we're not the type of person who, from working in a shop, I see some of the different consumers. There's always one that wants the latest and greatest. There's always one that's trying to find his or her smoke so they can buy a box, and then they beat the death out of that box.
Oh yeah,
and then I don't like it anymore, And then they try to go for a search and people smoke in patterns. And again, that's called segmentation of consumer behavior. I'll end it there, right? But it's so important for a humidor manager in some places that are lounges or a shop owner to understand their customer base.
Right.
But what's great is that with the collaboration work, it's such an unknown. You know what I mean? Like AJ Fernandez collaborating with Caldwell, coming up with this new stick. It's an unknown.
Two powerhouses getting together, and
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it almost has that mystique, and I don't want to take away anything from Steve Saka, but when he produces, it's still an unknown. So there's a little bit of consumer anticipation
Yep, for
with
sure.
that there.
Yep.
And that is the stuff, and that is the kind of consumer behavior that I get excited about with seeing the different shops, because some people get amped up about it, and then some people pour off and go back to the classics, and then they go there. So yeah, do you have any more sticks?
Got one more, yeah. It
Yeah,
was
sure.
on a firecracker kick. Fratello firecracker.
Okay.
I happen to be a big Fratello fan.
Did you get that next door?
No, this was vintage as well.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
3.5 by 50 Petite Robusto. Gave this thing a box split all day. Nicaraguan Habano wrapper, Ecuadorian Sumatra binder, Nicaragua and Peruvian fillers. $6 price point, box of 20. I just enjoy these little sticks. This thing was an absolute powerhouse. Described as ramped up version of the regular stick, and power all the way through for a little stick. Short timetable, 30-40 minutes, and just absolute power stick. You're not going to have this thing in the morning, that's for sure. It's too much. But myself, end of the night, already had a couple sticks in the tank, and this thing was perfect top off. Nice, and it plays well. The small size lends to a short timetable. Earth and spice mostly, and
What's the wrapper on that again?
the Nicaraguan Habano wrapper.
Okay. Yeah.
And the first idea of the firecracker came back in 2006 by a buddy friend of the show, Dave Garofalo, at Two Guys. And I enjoyed the original firecracker as well. So now I'm on a mission to sample them all the different companies that have collaborated and come out with their own firecracker. But
Does that come out just because around 4th of July? Or
4th of July, that's the biggest marketing push.
For
But,
that. Yep.
Hoping to see a few more of these wind up in the local shops, not just be a novelty for the holiday, because it's a great stick. Yeah, give it a box split, but I'm thinking now I'd like to have a box of these laying around.
Yeah.
Be perfect for the firehouse. Nice short timetable.
How does that work if you get a call? You
gotta roll.
It ruins a cigar.
You gotta roll the dice. So yeah.
How many cigars have been what has been ruined? Okay. just give us throw like 2 names of cigars that you have had to throw out, and probably some of the listeners will be like, no, right?
No, you know what? I don't want to give the name, but for the most part, well, I absolutely. If I'm doing a review on a stick,
Yeah.
I'm not smoking it at work because
Sure. Yeah.
belt could tip at any time, and I happen to be on a very busy truck. So it's more, I opt for the small sizes, hope to get it in non-peak times during the day, so I can get that that solid half hour in between or
But
whatever.
you save your reviews for when you're off the thing, because it was just totally.
Only when I'm tabled,
Yeah.
sitting down in a nice lounge chair at one of the various shops in the area, or perched up on the deck, and I can just get into it and block out everything else.
Yeah, I've been on a kick when it comes to Stogies of the Week of now that I passed my 6 month here.
This could have been a segment in itself. I want to know. I want to know about the listeners. I want to know when they're reviewing sticks. Do they take that same same time and love and appreciation for the cigar and do it justice by just tabling yourself totally out. Unplug the phone, put it on silent. Maybe the kids of the wife are out. You just
I was
shut it down, Joe.
Funny you should say that.
Shut it down.
Funny you should say that. I've had a couple. There's a guy next door. There's a couple guys at other shops, and they're like, "Man, kids at camp, and wife's at her sister's house, I'm going home and just smoking cigars on the deck.
That's it.
And it's going to be quiet. Like, and they're all pumped. They're like, I got a nice bottle of scotch. You know, they got a nice bottle of scotch.
Joe,
And they buy
stop
the
everybody.
3-pack.
This is what we do.
All right.
This is what we do. The excitement behind it, the pairing, right? Get
Yep.
back to what
Yep.
previous episodes, the pairing gets in there, and the stage is set. You thought about it through and through.
Right.
Now it's your time.
All right.
Have at it.
You bring up a good point. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to try to do this, okay? Email joeh@stogiegeeks.com. Take a picture of the stick that you've been smoking. Give us a description. If you do any research, wrapper, binder, filler, go for it. Give us your first name and the town and state that you live in, and I will post it underneath my section for listener review.
Love it.
And,
Love
I'm sure Paul will have no problem with that. We'll post it underneath my section, which you go to stogiegeeks.com, click on Stogies, and that has the section. Joe D's supposed to be posting, but, his computer skills, he needs a secretary to actually do that.
CSKA 76X.
Right, you need a secretary for
Joe,
that.
do you want the listeners to give their rating as well?
Yes, yeah,
That could be
right,
fun. That's
absolutely, absolutely. So again, your sticks will be posted on StogieGeeks.com in the Stogies section. What I'll do is I'll take your picture. I'd like the town that you're from, state, first name. That's good, right? Even though it comes on an email, I will not post your email, so you don't have to worry about that. There. Give us a description, any history, if any activity you like to do with these sticks, golf or fish, or apparently some listeners like to drive tanks.
If I could interject, how about the availability in particular areas? Because I know we have listeners all across the country here,
Yes.
and maybe that can help us as well with the reviewing process and seeking out various sticks. It might play a little bit better here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. And who knows? Maybe it's something that we haven't reviewed. And again, like I said, we have a pretty decent handle on some of that, but this industry is category specific. It's geographical.
That elusive
specific.
chupacabra stick.
There. And who knows? You might, maybe. Maybe we'll do a little trade along if this becomes successful as well. You send us some, and we'll send you some. If you have a wish list there. How we can't ship you any Opus X's. They do. It's amazing how in Paul's humidor they say do not touch. Right? There's a little elastic. He must have put that there for me for sure.
He knew it was coming.
Yeah. So we have a guest in studio next week. We have awesome lineup coming up in August. So stay tuned to the show. Thank you for listening. Any feedback, joeh@stogiegeeks.com. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.